Hi everyone, this is a new web series for Disrupt Everything, and this time is going to be in English. Kind of rustic English, as is my, spoken English, but why? Because today I have a guest. We have a guest in Disrupt Everything web series, and it's my friend Ricardo Soares.
Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
Ricardo. How are you?
I'm good, and you guys?
Thank you for having us here in the DeRose Method Tribeca. We are in Manhattan, lower Manhattan or upper Manhattan, financially.
Lower Manhattan.
Lower Manhattan,
Tribeca.
in the school in the DeRose Tribeca, and I wanted to be Ricardo to be here in this web series because I wanted to introduce you. Maybe some of you have heard about the DeRose Method, but some not. And what is most interesting about the method is the high performance, which is one of the best tools I ever discovered or found out for working on my peak, on my high performance. And Rick, let's stop talking about me, about what I think, and let's go with you. Ricardo, where are you from?
I'm from Lisbon, from Portugal.
Okay, and then you came here for start a new business, which is the DeRose Method, right?
In terms of background, let's say, I started doing this with 17 years old. 17, 18, when I started practicing for myself, not teaching it. And then 2 years after that, I started teaching in a school where I became a teacher, where I formed myself in Lisbon. I did it there for almost 15 years.
Wow.
During the process, I became the director and manager of the school there.
In Lisbon.
In Lisbon. And then to come here, to come to New York, because I always had this dream to live in this crazy city, I sold the school there and I opened this one here 4 years ago.
So you have an extensive background in the DeRose Method, but tell us about the DeRose Method. How you will describe it, and what it is for you, and what it is for other people that doesn't is the first time that they heard about it.
The DeRose Method, in one word, it's lifestyle, basically. What that lifestyle pretends or wants bring to us, it's making us able to have more performance in everything we do, in relationships, in your career, in your family, with your sports. Implementing this lifestyle in your daily routine, you will start having more energy first, and then you start refining everything around you.
Okay, and how do you create this lifestyle, and how do you empower this lifestyle through the DeRose Method? I mean, because you're saying like it's about lifestyle. So first question, what kind of lifestyle?
It's a lifestyle that it's more healthy. We promote healthy habits in everything we do. And as you start refining your habits, you start improving your lifestyle. The way you live brings you to a higher and permanent life in terms of performance.
Okay, tell me at least 4 or 3 good habits you promote through the DeRose Method.
For example, to avoid peaks, ups and downs, for example, we promote a lifestyle without or with less drugs, alcohol, and with the best nutrition, organic nutrition you can do. And then a consistent exercise, stimulating your flexibility, your strength, and your endurance.
Okay, and how do you refine these habits? I mean, for example, the physical part. What areas are the most important, and how you refine it?
So, for example, when you start applying the techniques we have to develop this area, you start developing your breathing more deep and more with more awareness. We can implement rhythms. We can implement contractions of plexus and glands to stimulate the inner organs to promote more the energy. Then you have cleanse techniques to clean your systems inside. Physical techniques to stretch your body, to strengthen the muscles, to bring you even more awareness in terms of your physicality, and a relaxation and emotional reprogrammation that we do in the end of the class. This is a beginner's class. It's the point where we start. Then we can add more and more techniques like meditation, concentration, and so on.
And what do you do for cleaning the body, as you said? What can you show us? How will you clean your body or re-energize your body through the techniques?
We can do, for example, an exercise, and inclusively you can apply it at home.
Can you show?
Yes, of course. One of the techniques consists in stimulating the inner organs, creating some pressure in the inner organs with the precise movements of our abdomen that creates a massage in the inner organs, and it creates exactly the same effect. When you massage one muscle, that muscle releases toxins, release the tensions, and it's the same when we promote the massagement you already did in some classes with your abdomen.
Can we see it?
Yeah, of course. So in terms of execution, first you will release all the air out, and then you do a succession of your abdomen in and upwards, compressing your inner organs in and up. I can show you. So here you are...
Ricardo didn't eat in 3 days for the video.
No, I did. So first what we do is full exhalation. And when you are without air, you do a strong succession of your abdomen in and up, conturning and designing completely the rib cage. And that pressure, it's just the first step in terms of the exercise. You bring it in, up, and you hold the longest comfortable for you. It can be 10 seconds, 20, 30, it doesn't matter. Then with practice, you will be able to control it and to stay without air longer time. As evolution process, when you control that succession very well already, then you can start massaging the inner organs, relaxing and bringing the abdomen in, relaxing and bring it in this way. And the intention is that you do that movement with your abdomen 100 times in one breath. Of course, in the first time you will do like 5 or 10 or 15, and you need to breathe. And then as you practice it more and more, you start developing it until you reach 100, 150.
And the advantage for this one is it cleans your body from inside.
It activates the inner organs and glands, and the activation just brings the toxins out.
So you take like in physical techniques, you take like different areas, for example, as like cleaning, like breathing, like strength, flexibility, like meditation, focus, and then you get you put it all together with good manners, like good healthy lifestyle. What's the progress? If you are doing DeRose method, when are you going to
start feeling the results?
Exactly.
I would say that after 3-4 weeks, a month, you already feel difference in your body, in terms of flexibility, in terms of resistance, in terms of the amount of energy. You already feel after a couple of weeks of practice.
And what did you feel it improved in your life since you started doing DeRose method as a, not as a teacher, but also as a practitioner?
Well, it was a long time ago already, but I think it influenced everything in my life. My profession, it's what I do 24 hours a day. The way I develop my relationships, because the same way we have this group of techniques, we have a group of codified concepts. That it's concepts about entrepreneurship, about conflict management, about stress management, philosophy.
Can you talk us about Well, can you talk us about any, I don't know, any concept you find interesting for us?
I think for me personally, the one I think we need the most these days, and it's the most effective, it's the concept of relationship. How we are developing our relationships. It should be or at least for me, it's the most important thing these days. Because it's the way, for example, and when I speak about relationships, it's not just like a conjugal relationship. It's friendship, it's the relation you have with your customers, the relation you have with even people that are not your friends or close to you. The way we manage this can make our business or our private life grow in a way, a more solid way, let's say.
How do you manage, actually?
Actually, it's the way you manage yourself. When you are too emotionalized and you tend to say things that you do not want to say, or act in a way that you don't want to act, it's that concept brings us techniques for you to start understanding yourself, why in certain situations you react in a certain way, or in others in a complete different way. As you start identifying this, you start creating a process that you can manage.
This is going together with breathing techniques to calm you down or to speed you up.
Yeah, exactly.
When you have to speed up, but it has a lot of things to do with the Stoicism, for example. I mean, the Stoics philosophy, which means you don't have to be too emotional. You have to, take care of what your emotions is. Don't get too quick to go to things. So calm you down. Think before act or say anything.
That's why, for example, the breathing techniques are so important in the way we manage our emotions, because it's when we are emotionalized that we destroy relationships, we lose customers, it's when the emotions are too like at the surface of your skin, when they are too active, that you lose people. And that's the point where we most need the breathing techniques, because if we pay attention when we are too emotionalized, our breathing speed ups. We start breathing like more superficially, with sound, intense. And in the moment you feel that your breathing is that way, it's the moment you need to start breathing deeper.
Apply on the contrary, going on the on the contrary, right? But it has a lot of things to do. I would say you have to be aware first. You have to be conscious to think about that. You have to slow down your breathing and your thoughts. So it comes, consciousness and awareness comes before. And, or at the same time you apply the technique.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to have a routine in terms of practice.
Consciousness.
That's why it's so important to have this routine of practice, like daily, every 2 days, practice, because in this moment you get it right away, and you just breathe the way you train in the class. That's why we train. It's for nothing else. It's to prepare ourselves for these moments. It's not because if you are not used to do the breathing in the moment where you are affected by the emotion, you will not get. You will
get carried away. We will be. Can you show us like quickly the two systems for breathing? One for the speed up and slow down.
Yeah, of course. So, for example, when we are with the breathing too fast, going too fast, less awareness, for us to start inverting the base. Let's create just the base today. Inclusive, you can put your hands in the torso, and you will try to, when you breathe in, you expand your abdomen. You continue breathing in, and you feel your torso like opening sideways. And in the end, chest upwards. Here, 100% of your lungs are full with air. When you exhale, and always in this direction, from the bottom to the top, when you exhale, you do exactly the opposite. The chest down, ribs return, finally your abdomen in. And then you do again, several cycles for 2 minutes.
For slowing down.
For 2 minutes, 3
Have a
minutes,
group
yeah.
breathing.
To turn it more effective. If you do it like with consistency, inclusively if you have a routine of practice, even if it's a sport or wherever, before or in the end of the sport, you can just sit on the floor or in the chair or wherever, and you just pay attention to the breathing. You breathe in the deepest you can, hold the air a few instants, and you breathe out. After a while, after you do this for a few weeks, you can implement a rhythm, a simple rhythm, 1, 2, 1. For example, in breathing in 4 seconds, holding in 8 seconds, and exhaling in 4 seconds. And if you do this permanently, you start like turning it natural in your mind. You start, it's your reaction. When you start feeling that you are going too fast, your body does the click.
I had to say that I'm the DeRose Method practitioner since September of 2015. And it's true what Ric says. My pace has slowed down when I have to speed up. I know techniques, and it help you to find a better lifestyle and get into your high performance. How do you define high performance?
High performance. The way I define high
and
performance,
how the DeRose Method helped?
It helps because we start doing a habit changing in our life. That's what is more effective to have a good performance. Because if we don't have like good habits, in one day you are up, one day you are down, you have the peaks. And to bring the best performance, and for you to in a medium term and long term achieve the most you can,
the best you.
The best of you, exactly. It's to start implementing something that is permanent. And you start designing like a curve, instead you go up and down, permanent. Even if you produce just a few hours a day, you just go that way, that pace.
And you go and you do this in intellectual, physical, spiritual, and emotional. Which are the 4 dimensions that really matters.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, when you start building, you need, I mean, discipline is your best friend. If you don't have discipline, you screw up.
Yeah.
So what unsolicited advice will you give to people who is watching this video for reaching their high performance?
It's starting implementing routines, like habits they can commit with themselves to maintain every day, even if it's 1 or 2 in the beginning. Don't go crazy and want to change everything. 1 at a time. Implement something. For example, if you want to change an attitude you have in a certain way, when you are under certain conditions, you always react badly to people. You identify that circumstance and you want to change it. Commit yourself with that change, and every day you observe yourself that you are doing that change. You will fail somehow in the process, but if you try every day, in one day it comes consistent.
Committed. Consistency, discipline, and habits.
Yeah. Basically, it's that when this one is established, that you can look to yourself and be honest. I changed this. You implement another one and another one. Instead, you go crazy and you want to change everything at the same time.
So, high performance, step by step, with discipline, commitment, consistency, and also consciousness. Ric, thank you for this time, for this space, for this chance, and also for being such an amazing host here in New York. I came here because we have 3 projects going on. Well, still 2 maybe. One is the stand-up program in New York, which is gonna be happening here next year. Ric and Edward are our partners. He's here in the United States, and the second one is the book we will be writing for 2019. I will be writing a book with this gentleman about something you'll see about high performance. Thank you for watching Disrupt Everything web series, this time with a special guest, Ricardo Soares, high performance and DeRose Method teacher. And please don't subscribe to my videos. I don't want you to subscribe. I just want you to do something with the content for improving your life or the life of people that matters to you. This is what really matters. But don't subscribe, please. Thank you, Rick.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.